A telecom company that's really best in class at this. What this company did was they historically tried to figure out what relationships from a sales and marketing perspective are most important by simply looking at the demographics, like what the data says from a demographic perspective or what companies were doing in the past. When they were able to understand and marry the data they had with third-party data and build analytics to predict where these companies are going. So not just where they've been, but where they're going, and whether they're growing in a direction that'll help them grow and them succeed as a company. They were able to really prioritize the most important relationships that they should focus on, and they're able to point their sales teams to those important relationships, leveraging that analytics, and increase the close rates and eventually grow the company. They increased the close rates by over 17%. Now you can imagine if you're a big global company, like a big telecom company, that's a pretty significant amount, simply by leveraging the data, the analytics, and understanding who to focus on.
So can you help us understand, though, like what is actionable? You get this data and you say, and I mean, data is powerful and it's also really scary. Like it's one thing if a friend of mine says, I know you like Jimmy Choo's, I saw these Jimmy Choo's, I think you'd like them, versus like I'm on a website and suddenly it says, look at these Jimmy Choo's because they know I buy Jimmy Choo's. It's a little scary when data is used in a sort of a non-personal way. What's actionable about that data? Like, how do you transform? I'm getting data and I'm saying, this is the important person and they like Jimmy Choo's. Like, what do you do with that? You don't have to use Jimmy Choo's as your example. That's purely my example.
Yes, yes.
You can pick something else.
Yeah, I think
49ers or something.
I think the most important thing is understanding what business problem you're trying to solve. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get actionable. So let me give you another example. There was a company that really wanted to figure out, they sold to big, large, complex companies that were global. Mm-hmm. And they wanted to figure out who is the exact buying center or the exact person in that company who can buy our solution. Mm-hmm. Now, in the old world, without using the analytics, they would, cold call the customer, map out the org structure, put it in the CRM system, and just kind of figure out over time who the right person is. Instead, what they did was they leveraged the data, they pulled in third-party data, and they understood the entire network and family tree of the companies they were trying to target, thousands of companies. Mm-hmm. And they looked at where the executives sit, where the different people buy across those companies, and a whole host of other data. And they were able to find those buying centers at the level of thousands of companies in milliseconds, and they're able to update that real time. So when the sales team is trying to figure out who to grow a relationship with, who to build intimacy with, who to network into, they knew exactly who to target.
I want to bring this back to